in a tavern old and cozy, where the whiskey flows so free. Gather round, ye merry lads and lasses, for a tale we're about to weave. Mike and his band of merry debunkers, they'll take on every conspiracy, with glasses raised and laughter in the air. They'll set the truth completely free. Oh, we'll drink and debunk till the early morn. Raise a glass, let the truth be known. With whiskey and wisdom we'll carry on, at the Drunk Debunk Show, a place to call home. Yo, listen up, it's time to get drunk. Grab a drink, take a seat, we're debunking bunk. Mike and his guests gonna put on a show, talking conspiracy theories, how to let them go. Drunk debunk, tell you what's real. Shaking up the world, straight with no spiel. No tinfoil hats, just laughs and cold beers. Gonna set the record straight, loud and clear, ooh yeah. We'll dive into secrets, uncover the truth, debunk the lies with some gin and vermouth. Aliens, Bigfoot, and the Illuminati crew, we're coming for you, no theory too taboo. Come on.
Astounding, we dive into the unknown. Mike's the man, he's got the truth to be shown. Don't believe the lies, we're on a quest to unveil. Coast and cruise, we're ready, set, sail. Conspiracy theories, they're all around. We're here to debunk the facts we found, no more lies, no more hidden schemes. We're gonna bring the truth bursting at the seams. Welcome to the Drunk Debunk Show. Mike's got the knowledge, he's ready to flow. Unveiling the shadows, the secrets they hold. Dubstep beats as the truth unfolds. Oh yeah. Step into the night, where darkness takes its hold. Join us on a journey, with truths yet to be told. Mike and his guests, they'll unravel all the lies, debunking all the ghosts and the secrets that disguise. Oh yeah. Welcome to the Drunk Debunk Show, where we separate reality from the unknown. Unraveling the shadows, one theory at a time. In the step groove, we'll dance to the rhyme. We'll dance to the rhyme. Through the static, feel that what truth is I. Lurking in the night, these debunked new theory. Chain ghostly line alive. Mike and his crew, they're on a mission to debunk the myths and expose the superstitions. Ghosts and aliens, they're all fair game. They're gonna separate facts from fiction, no shame. Welcome to the Drunk Debunk Show, where they dig deep and let the truth flow. Unveiling secrets, debunking lies they ain't scared, they're gonna open your eyes. Late night conversations, fueled by whiskey and beer, questioning every tale you've come to fear. They'll break it down, one theory at a time. One theory at a time. One theory at a time. Find the truth behind the pain and the wrong of right.
Gather around all you skeptics, prepare for the storm. Drop your facts, we debunk. No leaf can transform. What takes a lead, his voice like thunder. Hammering the lies with every shred of evidence. We expose the truth that hides. From haunted halls to UFO sightings, we dive into the dark. With each theory shattered, we ignite a fiery spark. No ghostly apparition or alien jail can stand our minds. The Drunk Debunk Show, here to expose the night. Debunking tales of terror with reason as a battle cry. The Drunk Debunk Show, where truth will be proclaimed. We'll smash all conspiracies and leave no myth unchained.
Hello and welcome to the Drunk Debunk Show. We have a very special 35 months. Let's go. Yo, 35 months! 35 freaking months, bro! That's sick. I didn't see any alerts, but I believe you. Thank you for, that support. Holy moly. Oh, there it is. Oh, the sound wasn't up. No sound? Alright, whatever. 35 months, that's a long ass friggin' time. I did not hear the. Oh, you didn't do the alert? Oh, okay. Alright. Well, it showed up on the screen for like a second. Alright, so tonight's show is going to be very different. We're going to be interviewing Will Duffy. Well, Duffy is he's a pastor. He actually took the place of an anti-vax flat earther preacher named Rob Skiba or Skiba. He took over his church. So I kind of want to learn about that. I want to see. Because I didn't watch a whole lot of interviews just because I didn't want to. I kind of get to interview Duffy too. Nice. That's sick. Yeah, I'm stoked. It's gonna be cool. So I did it after you said there was no other. Oh, okay, all right. Gotcha. What's up, West Side? How are you? Thank you for joining. So. What's up, YouTube? Yo, what's up? Look at you guys all like in a community over here in the top right corner of my screen. I really wish that I could fix this. This is stupid. Oops. I'm just moving all things around. So apparently Will Duffy, I have questions to ask about this. I mean, one question. I guess in one of the interviews he had, I believe it was with the interview that I'm going to be talking to him about tonight. I kind of wanted to keep it to like one topic, like kind of like get it, like have him introduce himself, tell him, explain what the project is and all that kind of stuff. And then And then I want to talk to him about his interview with Jaren. So we're gonna go into that. I guess after we start the show. My main question is: he partial owner of Duff Beer? That's a very good question. I'm gonna ask him that. Are you Sir William Duffy? Do you know? Are you related and or are you the Duff Beer? I'll ask him that. So yeah, one of my first questions. I just want to know how he got into his position as a pastor, taking over Bob Skiba, which is very interesting. Yeah, all right. Okay, all right. So Will's gonna be joining in at 9 o'clock. There will be some. Here, let me show my beautiful face. There will be some technical issues at first because this is the scene I have set up for it. Okay, so these are my notes. Don't look at my notes. So like I'm gonna have him here, but it's just gonna be audio that's going through on this side, and then I'm gonna be using Zoom up here on my streaming computer for the video. So he can see me.
Hello there.
So I think that this is gonna work out fine. I don't know though. So I'm a little nervous about it working out okay, but we can get it. We can get it. I'm a tech guy, okay? I'm a tech guy. I can figure it out. Yo, what's up, Karen? Can we get a happy birthday, Karen? I'm very excited that it is your birthday. Wanders in with my party. Yeah, yo, let's go, dude. Happy birthday, Karen. What a gift I have for you tonight. Yo, what's up, Noam? How you doing? When did you sneak in here? Ask him, are you Duff Man for kids parties? Mike totally missed me. I did, Noam. How did I do that? Just to me like that. How dare? Just to me like that. How dare you? Yeah. So tonight I'm very nervous, but you know what? I got this. He's just another human being. Okay. As actually, one of the things I wanted to talk to him about was Jaren did mention in his interview with Will Duffy that that no one should talk down to flat earthers. And I like we know better, right? Like people who believe or know that the earth is a globe know more than them, right? Now, as much as I agree that you should treat humans, the golden rule, right? Treat others how you'd like to be treated. That it's not one-sided, okay? Now, I don't care if they treat me like shit, and let me explain. Because what flat earthers do is they make a mockery of science. They are incredibly insulting to all of the engineers, the scientists, everybody, everything in science. They're an insult to. So I know the whole turn the other cheek kind of thing, and Will Duffy might, being a pastor, would probably preach that. However, I personally don't believe that. I personally think that that flat earthers need to be reminded of who they are, and that they are below us. They are below people who know that the earth is a globe. Yo, what's up, Sean? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I gotta get GZW. Do I have it? Did I get it? I don't think I got it. But yeah, yo, Professor Dave is gonna be debating Witsit. Oh, come on, dude. Wait, on what channel? On Modern Debates? Wait, who on what channel, Sean? Because I might have to make it I might have to show that live as it's happening. You don't know? Damn. Well, if you find out, Sean, I'll do some research too, but like that is going to be amazing. I mean, Professor Dave ripped into Dearth, and I can't wait for him to rip into Witsit too. I don't think you understand. I'm so excited about that. That is the best matchup you could possibly have on this subject. Like there's no word of a lie. Absolutely no word of a lie. Yo, Ryan, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in. You're early. If you talk down to what's up, Sean and Westside over on the YouTubes? If you talk down to them, it's literally a byproduct of debating them. It's unintentional. That they are stupid. We may have to have live commentary. I guess we do. That would be amazing content. Absolutely amazing content. Absolutely. So we're gonna be getting Will in here at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Less than about 18 minutes. I did want to kind of yo, what's this? A 40 stream streak? How'd you pull that one off? 40 streams? It's on some conspiracy channel. All right, I'm gonna have to Google it. I have to find it. I have to find it, and I have to stream it live. Like we have to do live commentary. Like I feel like it's just gonna be a lot of laughing. I feel like. Oh, what do you guys think of the thumbnail I made over there? By the way, that's a picture of me on my way to a Red Sox game. True story. I was on my way. I was in a train. I was in a train on my way into Boston. In that picture. Well, I have a bunch of truly that says it will be epic content. What time is the interview? It is at 9 o'clock. Yes. I'm probably gonna be starting the Zoom meeting maybe like in like 8 minutes, like 10 minutes before, just so like if he wants to join in, we can get the tech stuff all ironed out. You'll be streaming it, Sean? Perfect. 9 Eastern to be specific. That's correct. Not 9 Noam time. So did Noam just like leave because I missed his comments? And I saw Karen come in and she took priority. It's her birthday. Not 9 p.m. Californian. Yo, what's up? All right, Noam. All right. Whew. I didn't want to offend you so bad that you just left. The debate is on the quartering. All right, let's check this out. My God, the kids upstairs. Holy shit! I want to. Is it illegal to sedate the neighbors' kids? I honestly am interested to see what this dude has to say. Yeah, if you see Professor Dave debate any flat earther, it is absolutely amazing. I'll be back trying to get the kids home from the park. All right, man. All right, the debate is on the core ordering. Oh my Lanta, I cannot wait for this.
Jones, how are you?
Let's see. Do they have like an upcoming kind of podcasts? No, live community. That was 6 days ago. All right. Well, I'm going to. I wish they probably have. Oh, quartering. Okay, let's go to their website. Their thumbnails are very attention grabbing. That's for sure. Let's see. Is there a? Is there like an upcoming? I don't see anything list. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Well, we'll just 4 more links. Let's see. Oh, maybe on their Twitter. Quartering news. The kids upstairs are running around so freaking hard that my chair is vibrating. Like I just want to go up there and bang on the door and be like, "Can you guys shut the f up?" Like, I don't understand how like they could be so out of touch with the fact like they're older kids. They're older kids up there. So like they can be taught to chill the f out and like not be stomping around like on the 3rd floor of a fucking apartment building. Like you can hear it, like it's coming through the noise gate. That's the banging from upstairs. All right. Oh, is it on Rumble? They're probably on multiple. They're probably on multiple. All right. Well, I'm very excited to see this tomorrow. What time does their show usually start? Oh, 12 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. So it could be literally at any time. All right, well, there's that. All right. All right, guys. Well, let's get the show started. We're gonna go ahead and take our. So this bottle of Jameson was provided to me as a gift. It was a gift from one of the vendors that I worked with very closely for a really big project that I had at work. So thank you, Enrique. I'm like, I forgot his name for a second. I talk to him like every single day. Come on, Noam, stick around. Wait, am I still joining you after? Yeah, you can join me after the interview, of course. I don't hear that. I hear Jess occasionally. It's not Jess. That's not Jess. We can watch the VOD, right? Absolutely. All right, guys, we're gonna pour yourself a shot of water, apple juice, apple cider. I don't care. But this is the Drunk Debunk show. So we need to get this started correctly.
Cozy, where the whiskey flows so free. Gather round,
there we go. No shit, holy ball. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, that it's so freaking loud. I don't know how Grayson sleeps through it. All right, guys, here we go. Whoa, why did my camera just shake? To the Drunk Debunk show, to you guys, to me finally getting a Twitch payout. I appreciate every single one of you. To you guys, and to the Drunk Debunk show. All right. I say the drunk. Oh yeah, I'm not drinking. Dude, that's why you might. This is. Oh my God, it's G Fuel. Is this what my brain's gonna be doing during this interview? Is this what my brain's gonna be doing? I looked on that channel but didn't see a thumbnail. Plays to the algorithm, yeah. Have you ever tried more? What is that? The stupid heart is in the way of your comment. Oh, Malort? What's Malort? For a whiskey? I'm always down for recommendations. But I mean, I'm gonna be taking one shot of that bottle every Friday, so that bottle's gonna last me like 4 months. so, so let's go. Let's go. All right, guys. Let's vile wretched. What, Malort is vile wretched or me? Or is it, or Jameson? You don't like Jameson? All right. I'm okay. Here we go. Oh, Malort. Okay. I guess you know what? Well, there's someone who's recommended it and someone who has told me is vile and wretched. So I guess I don't know what to think. I just gotta think for myself. All right, let's start this. Allow. All right, so we're not joining with the audio up here, but we are going to be using OBS virtual camera. That did, oh, because my video wasn't on. Oh, he's just gonna be seeing like me with a black background, and it's like all like sketchy and whatnot. All right, well, at least he'll be able to see my beautiful mug. All right, let's go over here. I don't want to switch. Is this gonna, oh yeah, oh no, it doesn't. Okay, join the computer audio. All right, I'm just gonna stay as a participant. Okay. Dude, like shit is falling out in the hallway because of the rowdiness upstairs. That's insane. Okay. Jesus, what is happening? All right, select a speaker, chat, I guess. Chat mic 2 is good. There's a lot of noise happening outside. He can see chat. He cannot see chat. However, if he watches the stream, he'll be able to see chat over here because this is what it's going to look like. So he's going to be nice and big over here. Instead of my mug, it's going to be his mug. So when he joins in, so this should work. This should work out just fine. Chat is up. Cool. How long is the interview? I have it scheduled for an hour, but it could go less than that. It could go more than that. I have no idea. It depends on what he wants to do. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and just come over here until he pops in. So guys, I might seem cool and collected, but I'm a wreck right now. This is hopefully this is going to be cool, right? If you guys stick around. Oh, West Side Girl, time for the bird flu vaccine. Who's with me? Is the reason why you need to try it. Ah, Sean, that is smart. Chicago Handshake is an old style beer with a Malort. Even just the name sounds like weird. I want to be just like NASA employees and get my bird flu jabs. Well, I'm one of their newest employees, so I'm actually waiting on my first shill check to come in, because I'm just like, they just hired me to start doing this. So you're not debating him, you're interviewing him. Be cool, dude. If it was a debate though, I have a superiority complex. Okay, so like if I was debating a flat earther, like I said, I mean, like I said earlier, the flat earthers are you know, they're just made to be talked down to because they are an insult to all of the scientific community. So but that's just my feeling. Oh, you know what, I almost just grabbed a beer. Nope, waiting on that. All right, let's see. Okay, I hope he's not like sketched out that there's like two. I'm gonna have to explain. If the cholera vaccine is ever needed, do us all a favor and decline. Oh man, I'd have one to sip on. You think? Just one though, right? No, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. because I don't want to like. You say one. All right. You know what? I'm gonna use my mic over IP mug from aliastees.com. Exclamation point alias in Twitch if you wanna link to that, or you can just go to aliastees.com, use MOIP at checkout for 10% off. I now get some you know. All right, I should put whatever. Lauren's not here, it's fine. I should stop talking after full send. Yeah, you see, well, Jess was like, those look good, and she took one, so my 6-pack quickly became a 5-pack. Sean and his boyfriend already got his monkeypox shots. Nice. Well, welcome in, Zane. You're new, and I appreciate you hanging out. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe on my YouTube, because I want to grow my YouTube channel. I want to be doing I want to be doing more YouTube stuff. And if I'm just lagging on it because like I'm not getting a whole lot of views and whatnot. Make sure to like and subscribe. I know you hear that all the time, but whatever. What's good, everyone? Yo, what's up, Landon? Fluffy Nutter Ride. Yo, what's up, Mandy? How you doing? You've been streaming a lot lately, Mandy. I've seen you. I've seen you on the onlines. I've seen you online. It's good stuff. So Zane, really quick question. Type 1 in chat if you're well, actually everyone. You know what? Everyone in chat on YouTube. I'm simulcasting this to YouTube and Twitch. If you are a flat earther, put 1 in chat. And feel free to, oh my god, I'm getting a raid from Mandy too. Yo, thank you so much. It's chroma keyed, sorry about that. And with a zombie, why would that be? I changed all that. God, now I look like a noob streamer, dude. I'm not a noob, I swear to God. The coaster game only $2. Oh yeah, I have it. It's right here. Planet Coaster. Yeah, I have it. It's still only $2. Because I got it when it was $2. 2 minutes ago. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Wait, I need to pull up. Wait, this is only half my notes. I gotta get all my notes. Wait, did I really not? Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna like how I also like everything is written out that I want to say or ask them. One of the challenges for me is going to be I've got you one right here. Nice. Jane must be a Flatzoid flunky. Oh my god, did you see the freaking Flatzoid versus the pilot, I forget his name, debate where Flatzoid just gets completely destroyed, and then like he just pretends that everything that he just heard was like didn't make any sense. Like it was, I was just watching it. I didn't watch the whole thing. MC Toon was going over it. It was between let's see, MC Toon. Wait, was it MC Toon? Oh no, I was watching on I was watching. Wait. No, I was watching MC Toon go over Dirth's conference that he did in February. It's so good. Who was it? Was it I forget what it was. All right, guys. Hey, Will, how's it going?
Pretty good, yo.
All right, doing all right. All right, let's swap you over here. All right, cool. Well, welcome on. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it. So yeah, hello. Let me introduce myself to you. Will, my name is Mike. I've been a streamer for a little bit, and I have just recently got into like watching actual flat Earth debates and whatnot. I've been researching it for like 9 to 10 years now, because back when flat Earth was like becoming really big, they're like, oh, just research it, right? And I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And it ended up being that I was joining multiple Facebook groups and just spending all my time debating and arguing with people. so I actually kind of had to like step away from that a little bit, because it was actually interfering with my actual personal life. But then I saw that there were people doing that for me, and I could just sit there and watch them do what I wanted to do, right? So then I decided, I kind of want to join the fight, and it's because I started watching MC Toon. Then after MC Toon, I started watching Craig on Fight the Flat Earth, and then it just kind of all just blew up into we watching Jeranism and all that kind of stuff, and Witsit and Dearth, and wow, it's a huge thing that flat Earth has become, and I want to do with having kids of my own, and hearing about kids that they interact with believing that the Earth is flat, that scared me. So what I want to do is I want to do my part and kind of like grow a little bit more of a community, and do what Craig does, fight the flat Earth. So that's a little bit about me. I have 2 stepdaughters and a baby son. I'm married. We have a beautiful little family, and I stream for fun, but this is it's becoming something that I want to do, a lot more. So every Friday night I have what's called the Drunk Debunk show, where I have guests on sometimes, and we just watch videos and laugh at them basically, and explain the science behind why they're all garbage. So like ghost videos for one, right? That's where we started, was ghost videos, and then we kind of I was like, let's see what we can do with like flat Earth videos and things like that, and Black Pilled Ham. I don't know if you've heard about him, but he thinks that people who got vaccinated give off Bluetooth MAC addresses. Wow. So yeah, it's a good time. Thank you so much for coming on. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so Will Duffy here. I currently pastor a small church outside of Denver, Colorado, and I got involved in the whole flat Earth debate in 2021, so a little over 2.5 years ago. And I got into it, I think, similarly maybe to a lot of people. I saw a Facebook post from a friend of mine. She posted about flat Earth, and my first thought was like, oh, it must be a joke, but I didn't see the laugh reactions on the post. And so I was like, that's strange. So I went into the comments, and the comments seemed serious. So then I was like, I got a comment, and I found out she was dead serious. She believes we live on a flat Earth. And so I was like, wow, I didn't realize this was a thing. And I thought I would be able to just quickly show her she's wrong. And she had answers for the arguments I had. And I'll admit, I wasn't like a globe expert at the time. I didn't know a lot of things. I just thought this was kind of known by everyone. And so before you knew it, I'm deep in the articles and the videos and the YouTube debates and everything else that comes with it. And I quickly noticed that they have arguments and they have responses to a lot of things. But the biggest thing I noticed was that the flat Earth movement is actually growing. Mm-hmm. And it's growing pretty significantly, and it's growing around the entire world. It's not just like a US thing or anything like that. And so I was like, okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to ignore this, or do I want to kind of go into it? And I had a similar reaction to you. I was like, I think I want to get into this. And so I really started looking into things, getting an education, hearing arguments, responding. And I honestly am very happy that I did this because I learned a ton in the process. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the education system in America. And so most of what I've learned has come from after going to school.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. A lot there. One of the more fascinating things that I've realized is like watching all these globers, if you will, talk is I am learning a ton. And I actually did one of my earlier episodes of the show. I did it on the moon landing, and the amount that I learned just researching all the different arguments that flat earthers would make, or moon landing deniers would make. It was insane what I was learning. Like all the entire week I was putting the presentation together. I was like, yo, babe, like, oh my God, did you know this or did you know that? And like everything just kind of clicked, with everything that I was researching of like, okay, like why haven't we gone back? Because the computers that we had were disposable. They're completely outdated. They'd have to become or get completely remade. And then also the funding wasn't there. So like, it's just simple answers to these suspicious questions of suspicion, basically. So yeah, it's I gotta agree with you. The amount that you learn just trying to show these people that they're wrong it's really cool. And that's one of the things that I want to do with my channel is I want to educate people. I want to make sure that that misinformation goes corrected. And there needs to be more of us, I feel like.
Yeah. And this is going to be interesting for people to learn about me, but I was a moon landing denier.
Oh, all right.
And so here's my story. And I'm not anymore. If you know me now, you know that that's not the case, but I was in high school. And back when I was in high school, the internet was like kind of new. I still remember when only, wealthy families had the internet, and so I'd want to go to their house.
Right.
And it was AOL dial-up, and you'd sit there, and you can still hear the sound of the dial-up internet and how long it was. And I was in high school, and I don't remember how, but I saw a video, and it was like saying, hey, like the moon landing was fake. And I was like, okay. And the moon landings were before my time, before I was born. And I was like, okay, what argument could they give? And the one that there's two that I remember. It was the waving flag and how there's no air, so the flag can't wave. And then there was like a golf shot on the moon, and whoever took the shot like complained that it was either like a hook or a slice, and they were explaining that can't happen on the moon either. And I was like, okay, this is interesting, so I'll look into it. And then I dove into that, but it was hard back then to find information. But I became convinced that the moon landings were faked. And I was so convinced that I got to a point, there were two guys at the time. I do not remember their names. I wish I did. But I was so convinced that I was like, the only way I'll ever change my mind on the moon landings is if one of those two guys is shown evidence and changes their mind. So I was really like looking up to them. And I ended up giving a presentation to my high school that we didn't land on the moon.
Wow. No way, dude. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Now, did anybody like go along with it, or did you like convince anybody, or?
I don't think so. Everybody kind of looked at me funny, like, why are you talking about this? Why do you care? The teachers were like, what do we do with this? It's interesting because they didn't really have arguments though, right?
Yeah.
When you put forth a position, even if you're wrong, if the people you put it forth to can't respond or don't understand it, you feel stronger in that opinion. You feel like, okay, it must be true.
Right. Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, that's I had something to say about that, but it completely flipped my mind. But so what I wanted to talk to you about tonight is just a rundown of the project. And the topic I wanted to talk about was your conversation with Jared, because like I said in my email, I was like, oh, I hope that he takes the cake and actually goes. One question I have, so tell us really quickly about the project. Take as long as you want. But But yeah, what is the final experiment?
Yeah. So for people who don't know me, which is probably all of you, my whole life I've come up with like grandiose ideas, like big things, like that most people would say are impossible, or you can't do that, or you're not allowed to do that. Like that has always been my thing, you know?
Mhm.
I was even in finance, and in the world of finance and the tax code, people were like, oh, you know, you have to be rich, or if you're rich, you can't do a Roth and you can't put a lot of money into a Roth. And so I like studied the tax code and was like, wait a minute, you can actually get around a lot of these things. You can do backdoor Roths and all this kind of stuff. So I ended up writing a book, which is not available anymore, but it was called Roths for the Rich. And so it's like the things that people say you can't do or whatever, I'm like, let's double check.
Mhm.
So with this whole flat earth thing, I was like, okay, we're talking about one of the largest objects known to man, the world, the earth, and we're talking about the shape of it, right?
Right.
We don't have to even go past that because this is like the most simple thing ever. It's either a sphere, a globe, or it's flat. Like those are so opposed to each other. And I was like, okay, why are these debates raging on? Why does there not seem to be progress being made? And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do the impossible. I'm going to come up with an experiment that will settle the debate once and for all. And so I didn't have a name yet. I didn't have a website yet. I didn't even know what it was going to be. I just said, I'm going to do this. And I told my wife, and she knows when I put my mind to something, like I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
She doesn't like it because it takes up my time. And so I had all these crazy ideas about flights and going to the Southern Hemisphere and all these different things, and none of them panned out. I would think about them for days, I'd research them, and then I'd think, okay, what could the arguments be against this idea? And then I was like, okay, it won't work. Every single idea I had, it's not going to work. And then I was like, okay, this Antarctica thing is a big deal. And I learned about Antarctica from flat earthers. So I got to give them credit. I knew nothing about Antarctica until flat earth. And then I was like, okay, the globe and the flat earth model, their Antarcticas are wildly different. Okay, so hence the background right here.
Yep.
One of the final experiment logos is showing the two different Antarctica models. And so I was like, okay, so Antarctica is kind of important, but a lot of people say you can't go there. So I started researching Antarctica, and it's like, wait a minute, you can go there. And I was like, okay, so what could we do? And there's different options, right? You can try to take a boat around it, or you could try to fly a plane across it. And then I was watching a Flat Earth Dave video, you know, DITRH. And he was like, a 24-hour sun doesn't work on a flat Earth. And I was like, whoa, the light bulb went off. And I said, okay, we have something here. The globe side claims there's a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And here you've got Flat Earth Dave saying, if they're right, we're wrong. And I'm like, okay, we have agreement. That's it. It's the 24-hour sun. So I started researching how to get to Antarctica and spent just so many hours on that. And that's what the final experiment became, which was going to Antarctica and seeing whether or not there's a 24-hour sun. And it evolved. Originally, I don't think I've ever said this publicly. Originally, I was going to just pay for a flat earther to go to Antarctica.
Right.
And then, just because it's expensive. And then it's like,
Very
okay,
expensive.
maybe I'll go with the flat earther. I'll be the globe earther. And then it's like, wait a minute, I'm a nobody. Nobody knows who I am. So I'm going to pay for a flat earther that everybody knows and a globe earther that everybody knows to go to Antarctica. And so it's just been evolving ever since. And anyway, yeah. So for the last 4 months or so, we've been releasing videos explaining the project to people. We're going to be going to Antarctica on December 14th, which is the southern summer. And we're going to see if there's a 24-hour sun or not. And the cool thing is that I didn't want this to be something where it's like, we do it, and after the fact, both sides, flat and globe, decide how they want to interpret the results. And so I've collected dozens of hours of video intentionally on external hard drives and on the cloud of both sides stating already what the results mean. And the flat earth side has said over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, there is no 24-hour sun in Antarctica. If there is, we live on a globe. And the globe side has said there's a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, and if there is not, then our model is wrong. And there's more flat earthers that have said what they've said than the globe side. So you got to give the flat earth side credit. At least on the 24-hour sun, they've been more willing to admit that their model would be falsified. So that's the plan. It's been interesting as of late trying to, get people to go. We do have one globe earther going, which is Dave McKeegan.
Yes, I'm a big fan of Dave McKeegan.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah. He's got a different, demeanor than most of the people in this space. On the flat Earth side, we invited David Weiss, Flat Earth Dave, and he turned it down, which was very disappointing. I thought it'd be cool to have two Daves going, but oh well. And right now, I believe Jaron Campanella is probably going to go. We released a video today. It's getting a little bit complicated because Jaron and Austin Whitsitt want to go, which is great, but I'm the one footing the bill. And so I already said I'll foot the bill for all three of you, even though I originally was not going to do that. I was only going to foot the bill for two people in addition to myself.
Right.
So I just kind of said, I'll bow out. I'll let Austin take my spot. And now Austin's like, well, I'm not going to go unless you go.
Oy.
So it's okay. We're working through it. My biggest thing is just to make sure that Jaron and Austin are being genuine in wanting to go. I believe they are. A lot of people are telling me they're not. And so I'm just kind of working through this process to make sure they are, genuine in what they're saying, and they're not just like trying to keep adding stuff and changing things just to get me to be like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I can't afford it anymore. So that's kind of where things stand.
Yeah. So that's thank you for all that. That was a better explanation than I could have done, that I have been doing since I reached out to you because I'm like, yeah, we're getting an interview. So that actually brings me that Jaron said that he claimed that Austin wouldn't lie about what he sees in Antarctica, and I knowing what I know about Whitsitt, he openly just lies about everything that he talks about. Because, I mean, if he truly believes that gravity isn't gravity, it's just microstatics and things like that, there's got to be a little bit of deception there, especially with how much money he's making from his, what they call a grift, right? I don't see him as a very trustworthy guy, but what do you feel about that? Do you think that Austin would lie about what he sees in Antarctica?
I don't think he would lie about what he sees in Antarctica, number one. Number two, I'm careful about calling someone a liar.
Yeah.
And the reason I am is twofold. Number one, the flat earth side, that's kind of their number one argument is everyone is lying. If NASA says something, they're lying. If SpaceX says something, they're lying. If someone says they've been on the ISS, they're lying. If they said they've been to the moon, they're lying. And so I want to make sure I am careful about that. And so it's funny because I'm actually into like philosophy and into like the philosophy surrounding ethics. And so I've actually spent like tons of time thinking about lying and deception. What are they actually? What is the definition? Are they always wrong? Things of that nature. And so I personally do not have evidence that Austin is lying about anything.
Okay.
I would have to know that he actually knows he's wrong, but he's saying something different. And so I'll just say this, people can take it for what they want. I've had private conversations with Austin via email. I've had private conversations with Austin via text, and I've had one live discussion with him on Jeranism. I don't know if you were aware of that.
Yeah, I saw glimpses of it. I think MC Toon put some screen or some clips of that when you were talking to Austin on Jeranism.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and so anyway, based on my interactions with Austin so far, which is more than probably a lot of people, I feel like he is telling the truth. He does believe it, and that he would tell the truth in Antarctica. So I'm actually rooting for him to go. I could be wrong, but that's just where I'm at.
All right. So you also mentioned that that if you were going to step back from going, that you would set up a GoFundMe to get you there. Is that something that's still going to happen? Because I would love to contribute whatever I can to get you there.
Thank you. I don't think I've said I would do that yet. I think
Gotcha.
I've said I would consider it.
Yeah, it was in the evolving stage while you were talking to Jaren during the talk the other day.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about this, and I love the support that I'm getting. I personally don't think it's as important for me to be there as it is for a guy like Austin or Jaren or Dave McKeegan. So I'm not willing to sacrifice any of those people for me to go. I think it's definitely more important for them. With that said, I'm going to have to think about this one. It's not simple. For a lot of people, it's simple. Like, again, I love the support that I'm getting. People are contacting me like, Will, we got you. Set up a GoFundMe. We'll make it happen. And it's like, okay, cool. That's great. But in the spirit of what I created, which is the final experiment, one of the things I was going to do was not raise money. Raising money adds a new element into this where I can be called, people could be like, oh, he's doing this for money and he's stealing money from other people. I mean, there's one flat earther out there who's like calling me a scam artist for the final experiment. And it's like, no, there's nothing I'm doing that can be looked at like that. I'm literally paying for everyone out of my own pocket.
Right.
I'm not asking for anything. And so that is going to change a foundational tenet of the final experiment if I do it. And so I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying yes yet. I just want to see how everything plays out and then we'll figure it out.
All right. That's fair. So, and also the question of speaking of funding it, the question from Jaren was, how are you paying for it? Like all that kind of stuff. You kind of already said, tonight, how are you paying for it? Because you began with saying that you were in finance, right? So like, what to do with your money. So, so that definitely answers that question.
Well, let me say something in regards to this.
Yeah.
I haven't seen every video out there, of course, but I've never heard anyone asking these types of questions of Tanner Stewart. So Tanner Stewart goes by the name Flat Earth Millionaire.
Okay.
And the Flat Earth side kind of parades him around like, we have successful people, we've got a millionaire, we've got the Flat Earth Millionaire. And it's like, okay, so no one's ever said, where did you get your money? And how did you come about it? And all this kind of stuff. So it's just like interesting. It kind of seems like a double standard,
Yeah. Is that the guy in the cowboy hat that's in the Level Up movies?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, I know I've heard that name. And then you were like, oh, the Flat Earth Millionaire. I was like, oh, that guy. Oh my God. Like, I don't know.
I want him to go to Antarctica. I can't get a hold of him. I've done everything I can to get a hold of him. I found like email addresses for him and stuff like that, but he has never responded. So if anybody knows Tanner, please let me know if you can connect us, because I would love for him to go. He could pay his own way.
Yeah.
I would love for him
Certainly.
to maybe sponsor a flat earther or whatever. It would be great. Because again, the more people we can have in Antarctica, the better. This is going to be epic.
Yeah. And it's something that ever since I first heard about it, because I saw the teaser, because MC2, and I don't mean to keep bringing him up, but I might be a little bit of a fanboy. He put a teaser of the final experiment on his MC or his Conspiracy Tunes channel, and I was like, what is this? Like this looks amazing, and I had to get as involved as I possibly could, because and then once I realized how open and honest that you have been on all of this stuff, and like just very approachable, which I appreciate. I feel like this could be a very successful project. And speaking of open and honest, I have to talk about when, like, I watched the video of you walking around along all those palm trees saying, yeah, I was like, where is he, dude? I'm so jealous of where he is right now. But anywho, that's beside the point. Of you apologizing to somebody for not being truthful about being asked who was behind the final experiment. And I if these people, I have to defend you on this one, because like the example that you use with Jaren, you like, if your kid asked you, hey, did you get me a bike for Christmas, and you did, but you have to lie to him, like that's how it goes, right? If you have a production, if you want any kind of like mystery is part of marketing, right? And if you want to market something like a production, you have to put some mystery behind it to get some interest, right? So I find it very ridiculous that you had to make that video, but to me, that shows a lot of integrity on your part, which I can appreciate. So when Jaren brought that up, did you feel that was an attempt to discredit your personal credulity?
Yeah, it was interesting. I think for Jaren, it was deeper than that. There was more to it than just that. He kept watching that interview that I did with a guy named Sean Griffin.
Sean Griffin, right?
Who runs a channel called Kingdom in Context. And toward the end, MC Toon, of all people, gave me a couple of pointers on a couple of issues I had never heard of before. Mm-hmm. So I think Jaren was like, man, was Will doing this to me when he was on my show with Austin Whitsitt, which I did not, absolutely did not. And so I think he just kind of like freaked out because there was so much going on. I will say the Flat Earth community as a whole absolutely tried to drag my name through the mud, being like, oh, Will can't be trusted anymore. The final experiment is worthless. And that just didn't hold any weight, because people are like, wait a minute, this is an experiment. This has to do with the sun. This has to do with Antarctica. Like, no matter if Will's the worst person on the planet, like, you can still go figure this out. Like, that's right. The purpose of science. And so I don't think it didn't really last for very long, because people just saw right through it. And so I think that's the right decision. By the way, Sean Griffin, I'm going to be on his program next week.
All right.
So I don't know. He hasn't said anything publicly that I know of. I don't know if he's upset with me or what, but I have no problems facing people. I have no problems apologizing. I apologize publicly for that. It was a rough situation that I really do, in hindsight, wish I could have just avoided completely. I actually made a rule for myself, which was no interviews
right.
until I'm, my identity is revealed. And I broke the rule once only with Sean Griffin, and there you go. That's what happened.
There it is. Well, thank you for speaking on that. I have a note here. Okay, I already brought that up. I made lots of notes because I had lots of questions. Yeah, so on the whole MC Toon thing, Jaren tried to call you out on your relationship with MC Toon, saying that the water at rest does not lie level. It's so what I understand, it's not what MC Toon claims. And for him to call you out on parroting that statement seems like a stretch to continue to discredit you. But then, like, I made that note when I first started watching it. But then, like, throughout the interview, Jaren, like, I know he's a good guy, and then, like, for him to, like, say this stuff, and then it just sounds like he's trying to like discredit you. But then throughout the interview, he was like backing you up and like all that kind of stuff. So like it was like kind of left and right while I was making these notes. But let's see. After you reached out to MC Toon to participate in this project, did you ever hear him make that statement? The water at rest does not lie level, was the question I had.
Okay, so no. So there's two things being mixed up here. Number one, when I was on Jeranism with Austin Whitsitt, I had never met MC Toon. I didn't get any help from him, nothing. I did everything by myself. And one of the points I used in that discussion, which we didn't talk about, was what I said was water does not always find its level. And what I was planning on using, had we talked about that, was videos of water inside the ISS.
Oh,
I had videos prepared. And
gotcha.
so like there was a guy with two paddles and the water just goes back and forth between the two paddles. And it's like, this water is not finding its level. It's going up and down and it's not finding its level. Then in the Sean Griffin interview, I told Sean I've never seen level water. So it's two different things.
Right.
And people mocked me for that. They're like, what do you mean you've never seen level water? And I tried to explain, but I don't think people were open to hearing. And that was like, okay, if I have a water bottle, a glass water bottle, that water is not level. There's something called the meniscus, and the water goes up on the sides.
Right.
And, you know, I lived on the ocean for years, and that water's not level either. There's waves, there's tides. Like I've literally lived it, you know? The tides dictate whether or not I can get into the water in my backyard or not. So, and then the whole point I was trying to make was if we've got like a big lake, let's say, and I will give it to the flat earth side. Let's say that there's no wind, it's perfectly still. I'm not convinced that lake is level, meaning flat.
Right.
There's obviously an importance here in definitions of words. The flat earth side defines level as flat. The globe side defines level as level to, you know, the globe essentially.
Right. The surface. Yeah.
They're both acceptable definitions in the dictionary. So my point was like, if I'm right and I'm a glober here, that lake is not level in terms of flat either. There's going to be curve to it, and it's going to be very hard to measure that with the nature of water. As soon as you get in the water, you've lost that flat, glassy look to it, you know?
Right.
So that's the point I was going to make. I did not get that argument from MC Toon. And if people want to go watch that interview with Sean Griffin, I was honest when I was like, oh, hey, I've never heard of this before. And it's like, oh, hey, a buddy just gave me an answer. Here it is. Like, I wasn't hiding anything. And I even said it was MC Toon.
Right.
So yeah, I wasn't hiding anything. People think I have a second monitor. I don't even have a second monitor. All I have is my phone. And I noticed my phone lit up.
You know.
And so I looked at my phone to the right of my screen, and that's it. It's not a big controversy. And by the way, Jared and I are good. We're good. We're
Okay.
good now.
Yeah, I unfortunately didn't get to finish that whole conversation. But I kind of got the gist of it. Now, one of the things that kind of made me giggle was so I wanted to know how you felt about Jaren's concern about NASA creating clouds to hide the sun when it should be setting on a flat Earth. Now, before I'm sorry, before you answer that, even if they did, right? If it's still light out behind the clouds, like when today there was a thunderstorm that hit the East Coast, and it was still light out, but it was, you know, there were clouds like the thunder clouds, you know, or storm clouds, but it was still light out. So that, I mean, if it's still light out to me, whether there's clouds or not, that would tell me that the sun is still there. So what do you think about his claim that NASA might create clouds?
So I've got two thoughts. Number one, if it's light out in Antarctica, I don't know how familiar you are with this. That doesn't mean that the globe is right and the flat Earth model is wrong. They have ways of creating reflections off of the dome and things of that nature to create light without the sun being visible in the sky. So if there's clouds and it's still light, I can't say that that's going to help us. But here's what I'll say. I'm in search for truth. I'm in search for truth. I have a history in my life, which not in this area, but I have a history in my life of changing my mind on big things in a short amount of time when I'm shown evidence to the contrary of what I believe. Big things. And this could be another one. And so here's my thought. My thought is, if there's a massive cover-up and the final experiment is going to be known by a lot of people, so it will be known by NASA, and if they're hiding something and so they create these clouds while we're there, I want to know that.
Right.
Like, that's going to be evidence that the flat earthers are right.
Right.
Because I think there's like close to zero chance that there'll be cloud cover for 24 hours a day for 5 days in a row in the southern summer. It just won't happen.
Right.
So if that happens, I'm like, cool. I will say, you know what? There's something fishy going on here, and that will help move this forward for sure.
And I mean, MC Toon has made some bold claims based off of, you know, what he would do as a consequence of if the flat Earth was proven with this experiment. I know FTFE said that you could shoot at him with a sniper if you don't take Coriolis into effect. Like this is how like hardcore these people are. I don't. My camera tracking is on. I didn't know that was on, so I apologize if I'm like all over the place. Anywho, so yeah, I'm personally very excited to see, because like if you think about it, like the company that you're going with, they do this once a year. They take tourists down all the time,
multiple times a year.
Yeah, so like there's just regular people out there that are witnessing this all the time, and the fact that they're not, that one of the claims of suspicion that flat earthers make is well, why with all these people that are going there, why is there so little video evidence of the 24-hour sun? But then it's like, well, people are going down there with their iPhones. They're going down there with things that you're not going to set up your iPhone to watch the sky for 24 hours and take up all your iCloud data, because like, sorry, that's what it would do, you know. And it's just the claims are ridiculous in my opinion, and that's just you know, with the basic research I've done, I just feel like those claims are easily debunkable. I
challenge anybody to go film something that's moving for 24 hours without a battery dying, without you messing up, without a cut, without an edit, without you falling asleep. It's almost impossible.
Right. And the people down there, they're down there to research the wildlife. They're down there to research, you know, biology and things like that. They're not down there to research I mean, some of them might be there to research cosmic things, but they're not there to prove anything, because it's already been proven in my eyes. But that's why I'm so excited about this project that you're heading up here. I have 3 more questions for you. One more is about Jaren. Do you feel, because I know that Jaren is trying to get out of the whole flat Earth thing. It's been, I understand that he's not going to be doing any flat Earth debates. Like, he's not going to be doing moderating flat Earth debates on his channel, I believe. I don't know if I heard that wrong, but do you and then with the way he was talking about the results and how ridiculous all these flat Earth claims are, saying that this wouldn't prove either one, because I joined a Discord channel called Earth Awakenings, I believe, and when I hopped on and I started talking about the final experiment, they were saying that's not going to prove anything, you know. And then there's the claim that everybody has their own sun. They all have, so like everybody sees something different. No, like it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't prove anything, is what they say. Now those are the people that I feel like Jaren was talking to. Was, yes, this will absolutely prove something. But do you think that this might be Jaren's way out of flat Earth? It doesn't seem like you're familiar with his wanting to get out of it. But
no, I've not heard that.
Right.
I haven't even heard that he's getting out of moderating debates. So I think he's been the most honest about, hey guys, like, what are we afraid of? Like he was honest before the final experiment even came to be.
Yeah.
I have clips of him saying, guys, like, it's been 9 years and not one flat earther has gone to Antarctica. And he's like, why? He's like, we can say that we think we're going to get shot, but is that even valid? He's like, why don't we just go? Like, what's stopping us, you know? Mm-hmm. So he's been the most honest about that. And he's been the most honest about the final experiment. He's like, listen, guys, we've been saying for 9 years that there is no 24-hour sun. We've been saying that the videos are fake, the videos are edited, and that it wouldn't work on a globe. And so we can't just change our mind now just because we're going to go to Antarctica. Like, he's logical, right?
Right.
I hope his audience and his fans and anybody else that listens to him sees the logic here. Nothing's happened. Let's go to Antarctica. Let's see what happens. And then let's come to conclusions and start to figure out what's going on.
Right.
But this whole idea of like, oh, well, there's going to be two suns and there's going to be this and that. It's like, what? Why? Why are we changing? Why are we changing our tune after a decade? It doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah. And I agree with that. That's because I know he was reading off, like with the NASA and the creating clouds and stuff. I know that he was reading off of things that other people were saying. But to me, for me, it would have been, if he was saying it, then he would have also had a little bit of belief in it. But
well, the clouds with NASA is not Jaron changing his position. He's just saying he believes the cover up is so strong that they might hide it from us so we can't see it. But he still believes that if he's right and there's a flat Earth, that the sun will not be visible in the sky and it won't be doing circles above our head.
Yeah, he even did a diagram of how, like, to show exactly how it would work. So, two more questions. News coverage. Now, I can only imagine that that news outlets have reached out to you. Is that, have you gotten any attention that way? Like from
no news yet.
Okay.
I'm guessing the news will get wind of this at some point. I'm just letting that play out naturally.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, with the media is smart. I hate the media, to be honest. You never know what to trust. But anyway, they're smart. And if they already know about the final experiment, which is possible, they might think it's too early to cover it because it's still 6 months away. It's 6 months from today, the plane lands in Antarctica.
Wow. Hey, good timing on this interview then. So if you were to be reached out by any news outlets, what would your reaction, like, what would you do? Would you interview with them and all that kind of stuff and just kind of like just spread the word as much as possible?
Of course, why not?
Yeah. I that's just really cool. That, you know, I hope that ends up being a thing because more people. I feel like this is still a very niche, although it is expanding. Like the flat Earth movement is getting scarily big.
The news likes to mock flat earthers, right?
Yeah.
So like, you know, the guy who died in the rocket crash tragically, they love to cover that because they can like spin it and make flat earthers look bad. I hope they cover this because this is like, no, we're not making either side look bad. We're going to go figure out which side is right. And so just the final experiment on its face should give a balanced look at the issue for everybody to see.
And to actually justify what you just said, when I looked up, because I understand that you took over from Rob Skiba. He was the pastor at your church before. Was that wrong? Oh my God.
Incorrect.
Oh my God. Where did I get that? I don't know who I got that information from. Okay, never mind then. But anyway.
I never knew Rob. I know almost nothing about him.
Okay. So I looked him up. For some reason, his name came up and that you had taken over his, maybe that was just misinformation. But if you look at the only article I could find about him, anti-vax flat earth preacher dies of COVID-19. It's like that. There's the headline, right? And it's just so like, oh, he's an anti-vax, but he died of COVID-19. So it's just like, it's literally what you just said. The media will skew things to please, to get the most reaction, either negative or positive. So I agree with what you said then. So one last question. I feel like this will kind of wrap it up, but what I'm seeing is this experiment is doing a lot of mixing up in the flat Earth community. Now, all the Globers, right? There's no, like, they're all. I mean, if the Globers that I know of, they're like all for it. They're like, yeah, let's go, like, let's do this. But with the flat Earthers, there's people like Jaron and there's people like Whitsitt that'll say, you know, this will prove yes or no. But then there's all the people like that are getting mad at like Jaron. Like they're getting really upset. And like, why would you say this? Like why would you like, you know, basically straw man us and say that this would do this. how do you feel that because this is going to result in conflict on the flat earther side, and I want to know, what do you think the ramifications of that conflict will be? Do you think that it would help the globe model, and lessen the impact of flat earth, or do you think that it would just strengthen the people who would deny the results?
It's definitely hurting the flat earth side. They are very divided over the final experiment, very divided. I've been paying attention very closely to this. There are 3 camps now in flat earth in regards to the final experiment. Okay. One camp, which I would say Jaron is leading, is the camp of, hey guys, let's stick with what we've said. We can't make this make sense. If there is a 24-hour sun, let's just go figure it out. Let's just search for truth. That's camp number 1, which is the smallest camp
Yeah.
in the flat earth side right now. The second camp is the biggest one, and it's who cares what the sun does in Antarctica? It's not going to tell us anything. And it's like, wait a minute. You haven't been saying that.
Right.
And number 2, what do you mean, who cares? Like, I thought we're in search for truth. I thought this is reality. I thought we're trying to figure out things about this world that we live in. Antarctica's in this world. The sun is in this world that we live in. We experience it every single day. That's by far what everybody's doing. The third camp, which is very interesting to me, I never saw this one coming, and it's very small as well. It's about as small as the first one, is they're saying that they're expecting us to see a 24-hour sun. I cannot prove this. I probably will never be able to prove this, but I am challenging anybody out there to find me a single flat earther prior to the final experiment, which is 2024. We released our first video in February. Find me a flat earther anytime before February of 2024 that ever said that they think there's a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. I don't think it exists.
Yeah.
So just the final experiment alone is creating that rift in the flat earth side, and even creating flat earthers stating they think we're going to see a 24-hour sun when we're there. It's pretty stunning.
Yeah, that's incredibly interesting, and I honestly can't wait to see the result of this. I would expect there to be a Netflix documentary about this, so hopefully, which would be kind of cool. But
I that would be great. I have not heard from Netflix. Don't know anybody there, but I would not complain. Okay.
Yeah, that would be, and maybe, I mean, even if this was a success, then maybe it could be repeated, by big production companies. But I mean, we all know what big production companies do, and they discredited Jaron with Behind the Curve and all that. But that was one of his arguments. Like, you shouldn't send me because I've already been, in the situation where I've turned out to be a liar, right? Or just incorrect. However, I mean, he wasn't lying. He just got the math wrong. But so it just shined a bad light on him.
If something comes of the final experiment and something wants to be repeated, what I would hope, this is my only hope right here, is that the nature of the final experiment is what is replicated and what is duplicated. Meaning, instead of what's happened in the past, if there's going to be a TFE 2.0, make it okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have one flat earther. We're going to have one globe earther. We're going to collaborate. We're going to do this together. We're going to hold each other accountable. That's what I would want. That's what I want from this. And that's what I would want from anybody else that wants to emulate what I've created here. So
beautiful. All right. Well, that's all I got. Do you have anything for me?
Yeah, just people should check us out on YouTube. If you search for The Final Experiment, we come right up. Definitely subscribe. We do a lot of updates. We try to do a daily update throughout the week because things are always moving and shaking. Our website, thefinalexperiment.com with hyphens, the-final-experiment.com. We've got a live countdown timer on our website for when the plane lands in Antarctica. We've got a list of interviews. So this interview will be on there. We've got FAQs. We have a list of the 24 flat earthers and the 24 globe earthers that we invited and how many of them have participated. We've got a couple scoreboards on there. So it's a pretty fun website. But yeah, just follow along. And if you do have any suggestions for me or ideas to make the final experiment better, reach out via our website, and I respond to every email. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Will, for coming on. I really appreciate it. And good luck with everything. And if there's any way that, I mean, you have my email. If there's any way I could help you out, just let me know.
Will do. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. How do I end the meeting? Oh my God, get out of here. Oh, here we go. All right. Well, that was pretty cool. I didn't read chat at all during that. So if you guys, it looks like not a whole lot of chat went through, but I hope that you guys enjoyed that. That was freaking sick, dude. Oh, Mike and his nervous giggle. Yeah, Mike will be famous. We know. I was screaming about your camera. Yeah, what is this? What, now it doesn't want to track me? Oh, was it because... Wait, what? Why would it... I don't know what was going on with my camera. I don't know why it was doing like the auto tracking. Oh, did I do this? I don't know. All right. And no, Jaren is not a good guy. Interesting. I don't know a whole lot about Jaren, honestly. But really quick, I'm going to end this stream and then start a new one because Jaren. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Will is going to be posting this on his website, so I don't want all the rest of the shenanigans for the rest of the night to be on there. So I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to come right back. So please, guys, just don't go anywhere.